Hello and welcome to a very cold and very windy Sunderland, where England women are due to play their next World Cup qualifier against Austria. Storm Arwen has battered the British Isles over the past 12 hours, but the match does still go ahead. Despite the elements, the Lionesses will take to the field, hoping to continue their qualifying campaign in the style with which they started it.
England wants it, England gets it! The Lionesses looking to be more lethal in Luxembourg. Paris is in there. Oh, that's a finish. Millie Bright at the double. England with plenty in the bank. Beth Mead! Oh, brilliant! Hat-trick for Beth Mead! Another 3 points for England. And there's the opening goal. And oh, they worked it so well. Another hat-trick. And the 10 is up again.
Sarina Wiegman has had a perfect start to her life as England manager, winning all 4 matches without conceding and scoring 32 goals on the way. A significant hamstring injury to Leah Williamson, who's captained all of her England team so far, means that Millie Bright steps up to wear the armband for these next 2 matches. Ellen White wins her 100th cap today and is too short of equaling the all-time goal record of 46. Their opponents are Austria, who sits second in the group, and by a quirk of fate, have been drawn in their Euros group for next summer. They should be the Lionesses' hardest opponents in this campaign. Ranked 21 in the world, they were semi-finalists at the last Euros in 2017. Kickoff is 45 minutes away. I'm delighted to be joined by 2 former England legends in the stadium of light, Faye White and Emil Heskey, who's also the head of women's development at Leicester City. Firstly, Faye, you've been up here for a few games, haven't you? But the weather is something a little bit extreme. Do you think it will affect the players there today?
Well, it certainly might have an impact on the way they play. I'm sure they'll be told to keep the ball on the ground. It's very blustery here. But yeah, I think as far as putting on an England shirt, you go out there, you're motivated, and the elements won't affect. Maybe it might affect the fans today, but I'm sure the girls will be focused. Can
it affect the style of play today?
It all depends again, yeah. When the wind is swirling the way it is, it's difficult at times when you want them to play possession-based football. But keeping the ball on the floor and moving it quickly is what they want, and I shouldn't see it affecting it too much.
Let's have a look how the table is standing right now in terms of the qualifications. We have to mention things have changed. 5 games played for Northern Ireland. They had a massive and record 11-0 win over North Macedonia on Thursday. But as you can see at the top there, England, a perfect record at the top, and Austria unbeaten as well. 3 wins and 1 draw for them. Let's take a look at the England lineup then. Here's who Sarina Wiegman has gone for today. There are 2 changes following that massive win over Latvia. Leah Williamson out injured, of course. Beth England on the bench as well. Demi Stokes and Rachel Daly come in as the fullbacks. Let's talk about Ellen White. We said a little bit earlier on, she wins her 100th cap today. She's had a fantastic journey, hasn't she? She's only a couple of goals away from breaking the record as well. It's a special moment for her.
Yeah, it will be. I mean, to reach the 100 mark is, in a special occasion for any players. But for Ellen, she's had a lot of injuries along the way. But I actually remember in 2010 when she made her debut against Austria, and she scored a goal from a tight angle that you wouldn't expect someone playing in their debut to be able to put away. But obviously, since then she's gone on and hit some amazing milestones in the women's game, and you only have to look back to the World Cup where she was so clinical, and that's something that she's certainly worked on. But from a young age, you knew when Ellen came into the team how dedicated, how hard she worked. She was going to be a player that was going to be around for a long time and go on to great things.
She had a difficult start to the season, Emma, with Manchester City. She's been on the score sheet in the past few matches, though. How important is she to this England side?
Very important. Again, when you're talking about a striker who can get goals, they're few and far between at times. And I think Phil Neville was once said that she's the best number 9 in the world. So it speaks volumes when people like that are speaking of you like that in that way. Not until you actually see someone close up, and not until you actually see someone in training, that you realise how good they actually are. And we can sit here and we can admire some of the stuff that we see, but when you actually see them close up, you really realise how hard they're working to get to where they are. and see all the fruits of their labour when they actually go onto the pitch and they go and score goals.
Special day for Ellen White, who will receive her 100th England cap before the game. Let's have a quick look at today's opponents then. The Austria team. There are a number of players to look out for here. Arsenal fans will be familiar with the goalkeeper Manuela Zinsberger, of course. Montpellier midfielder Sarah Puntingham is her country's most capped player with 112. Sarah Zadrazil of Bayern Munich scored a great goal against Chelsea in the Champions League this week. But the player to really keep your eyes on, Nicole Biller. She's the top scorer in qualifying so far. She leads the line for the Austrians today. Emil, German Player of the Year, Nicole Biller. She will be one to watch. What are the key aspects of her game?
Again, it's in and around the box where she comes into her own and really sharp in and around that box. Anything that drops, and this is where you watch forwards. Anything that drops in and around there, who can get on it first? And she has a tendency to be that person, and breaks her neck to get in that box when Wiggins are wide, because all she wants to do is score goals. She'll get her head on it, she'll get her foot on it, she'll get her toe on it, anything she'll get on it, and that's what she wants to do.
Well, the England defence will keep a close eye on Nicole Biller today. Sarina Weigmann as well, I'm sure the England head coach will be telling her team how to prepare for the passion of the football here in the northeast as well. Hopefully the weather doesn't disappoint and dampen things. She's been speaking to Katie Shanahan.
Sarina, taking on Austria today, the toughest opponent in the group, how much of a test is this?
Well, we'll see. We also think this is the best opponent we get in our group stage. They had a hard time against Northern Ireland, but this is a different game. We'll be the team that will make the game, I guess. So really looking forward to it.
Ellen White starts and gets her 100th cap. How special will today be for her?
Well, I hope, first of all, the moment that she's going to start and play her 100th. That's just an amazing accomplishment. Says everything about her and her consistency in the game at this high level. And I hope after the game it's going to be a real great experience for her, which makes it for us too.
And Millie Bright captains England today. What qualities made you want to pick her for these next two games?
Yeah, we have some leaders in our group, and she's also. She had done well the first two international periods. We had a good connection as a team player. Had some good conversations with her, with all other players too. And from the back, she can lead the team too. So that's why I made the decision.
And finally, your first trip to Sunderland. What's the plan to adapt to these blustery conditions?
Well, in the Netherlands, we have some of these conditions too. Yeah, well, we have to deal with it. This is what it is. I expected a little worse, actually. So hopefully it doesn't affect the game very much.
Thanks, Sarina. Wrap up warm and enjoy the game.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
Thanks very much.
Well, the fans are wrapped up warm too. They are here arriving in Sunderland on a very chilly day in the northeast of England, hoping for goals to warm them up. One woman who loves scoring is one of the northeast's favourite daughters, Beth Mead. After the break, we're going to hear from the Wembley hat-trick hero. Do not go anywhere. Sunderland ladies and its youth setup have played a big part in the development of many of England's finest stars, several of whom are on show here today at the Stadium of Light. One of them is Arsenal superstar Beth Mead, a local northeast girl hailing from the seaside town of Whitby. She made all the headlines at Wembley last month. Katie Shanahan caught up with her earlier this week.
Beth Mead, position. Beth Mead, forgot my position. Beth Mead, winger, Arsenal, England.
Who was your idol growing up?
Kelly Smith, female footballer, Thierry Henry, male.
Describe yourself in one word.
Annoying.
What would other people say?
It's the same.
Last month, Beth Mead came off the bench and made history. She became the first woman to score a hat-trick at the new Wembley, a moment that she will cherish for the rest of her career.
Career highlight?
Hat-trick at Wembley. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't. To score even a goal at Wembley, which I hadn't done before that game, but to score 3 was just honestly indescribable.
What does it mean to be part of history?
My mum said to me, she said, no one can take that away from you now. Like, it's history, it's in the history books. And so she said that it didn't really hit me. But yeah, I honestly am super proud to just, write a little bit of history.
Did you keep the match ball?
I did, and all the girls signed it and all the staff. So I'm working to get that put in a box at the moment. So it's a special memory for me that I'll have in my house.
Best player you've ever played with?
Kim Little.
Person you'd most like to meet in the world today?
Adele.
Best piece of advice you've ever received?
From my dad, probably when I was younger. He always said to me, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, because I was always a small one.
And how proud were your family? I know they were watching at home.
When I got back to my phone after the game and the excitement of everything, they were the first names that I looked for. And my mum said she was sat crying on the sofa, and I think it brought a tear to my eye because not all football moments are easy, so it was super proud for me. They've done a lot for me in my career, so I guess it was kind of for them. I wouldn't be where I am today without them. My mum and dad did so much for me growing up. My mum worked 2 jobs to, afford petrol, get to training, because where we live, we literally live in the middle of nowhere, and training was always an hour minimum away. They honestly have just been front and centre of everything I've done.
It was a disappointing summer for you, being left out for the Olympics. How tough was that to take?
It was difficult. Obviously, again, as you see, you have highs and lows in football, and that was obviously definitely a big low for me. I had the summer off to, digest it, work on myself on and off the pitch again, and yeah, so far so good. I think I'm a lot stronger than I thought I was, or stronger than I used to be. I've probably done quite well in terms of how I've bounced back, but yeah, these are the bumps in the road that you've got to deal with.
What's your biggest strength?
Bounce back ability.
What's your biggest weakness?
Overthinking.
What are you most scared of?
Spiders. Or failure.
What's your party trick?
Making a weird noise. Yeah, it's not really a good one, but it's one.
There have been many great players from the North East, and it feels like a real hotbed of talent for the women's game. Why do you think that is?
Maybe there's something in the water up there. The likes of Lucy Bronze, Steph, Jill Scott, they've done a lot for the North East, in football in general. They made a tough stuff, and they've come to England and brought that here.
Tell us one thing that no one knows about you.
Used to do ballet as a kid.
What happened to that?
It was too boring for my liking. Sorry to anyone who does ballet, but yeah, there was not enough energy in it for me.
What's your celebration?
Arms out as if I'm flying towards a crowd normally.
What keeps you up at night?
Scoring hat-trick at Wembley.
That keeps you up at night?
It did, it kept me up, I couldn't sleep, so technically it keeps me up. Or losing, I'm not a good loser.
And what's the best thing about this team?
That we're like a second family, a family away from home.
So Beth Mead is annoying, her words, not mine. But I think the opposition defenders will feel exactly the same way after playing against her. She had a remarkable scoring rate here at Sunderland, 77 goals in 78 games. She slightly tweaked her position though, Faye, but she has continued in front of goal in that form.
Yeah, I was interested to see on that VT that she classed herself as a winger, but before she joined Arsenal she was an out-and-out striker, and a deadly one at that, like with those statistics. But obviously with Vivian Miedema in the team, she's had to learn over the last few years to how to adapt to a game, and she's done it brilliantly with the assists.
Yeah, when you're looking at the goals that she's scoring, you can tell she's more of a striker here, because again, as a winger, you'd probably look to pass that, but she went straight for goal. And as we look at her hat-trick, she's always in and around the box being a menace. And this is a typical striker's goal, because you're always on your front foot, you're always thinking, where can the ball drop? And you're always thinking, how can you actually score a goal? Because her back's the goal there. This is a great finish as well, because you could easily get that wrong. As a striker, you're in the box there, you're on the front foot. As a winger, you'd probably be staying out wide. And this is probably a good message to all strikers, wingers out there. Your positions change every now and again. So you don't just pigeonhole yourself in and get upset when someone else is coming in and probably taking your place. You go out there and you go out and perform in whatever position that you're put in, and you can still score goals from there.
She adds something extra to this England team as well. It's a very attacking lineup, lots of players that have played out wide, even in central midfield. today, but I think Beth Mead can add an extra dimension, can't she?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's just that mindset of she wants to join in, get into the box, get on the end of chances as well as making them. I mean, she can score from inside or outside the box as well. She has that vision. But yeah, for me, she shouldn't just label herself as a winger. I know she has to play in that position at the moment and even finds herself because of Ellen White with England. But maybe in the future she could be a 9 as well. I think she has that clear eye for goal and that confidence and calmness in front of goal.
It's an important day, Faye, to mark the success that the North East and Sunderland in particular have had in helping the women's game and bringing through some fantastic players.
Yeah, it is. Through my career, there was always a lot of young players coming through the game. Obviously, Jill Scott, even Jordan today as well, Lucy Bronze, Demi Stokes. There's so many, and Sunderland always. When I was playing as well, had a really strong team and have a lot of credit for a lot of these players in the England team now.
It's the weather. Yeah. I don't think I could play up here, to be honest with you.
Something in the water, like Beth said.
You're on great form today, Emma. No need for the boots. Listen, plenty still to come. Kick-off against Austria edging ever closer, as I say, after the break. We're going to hear from the new England captain, the calm, collected and in control, Millie Bright. Now, the northeast of England is a footballing hotbed, and today the Lionesses are ready to put on a show for the passionate fans here in Sunderland. Faye White knows what it means to captain her country. She holds the record as the longest-serving England captain, leading out the team for 10 years from 2002 until her retirement in 2012. With Steph Houghton out injured and now Leah Williamson too, it means Sarina Wiegman has had to choose a brand new captain for these next 2 games. Millie Bright is the one to step up. Here she is with Katie.
Millie, what a week it's been for you after being named captain. Has your phone been able to cope with all of the messages coming through?
Yeah, it's been pretty busy, but I think to a certain extent I've just put it to one side. 2 massive games ahead, and we want to continue building off the previous camps and the previous games, and yeah, that is my main focus, is to lead the girls out and make sure the standards are high, and yeah, we keep progressing and developing.
I believe your family are going to be here too. Have you managed to get enough tickets for all of the people coming here to watch you today?
Yeah, the tickets are all sorted, everyone's on their way, nice and safe, driving steady, so yeah, just really looking forward to getting everyone here.
And after scoring 32 goals and none conceded, how important is this game against Austria for England's development?
Yeah, it's massive. We want to be tested. I think it'll be a great game out there today. And yeah, first and foremost, we want to keep the clean sheet. And as Sarina always says, we want to score lots of goals. But yeah, it's about the performance and doing the right things. And yeah, as you said, keep progressing.
Big day for your teammate Ellen White, who gets her 100th cap. How pleased are you to see her reach that milestone?
It's huge, and credit to Ellen, the work she's put in over the years, and not many players do reach 100 caps. So for her to have done that is an incredible day for her, an incredible achievement, and the whole team's so proud of her. And yeah, hopefully we can go out there and put on a good show, and yeah, Ellen can get the goals, which she's always putting herself in the right position, so I'm sure that will happen.
And Sunderland has developed many of the stars over the years. How much has their contribution helped English football?
Yeah, it's massive, and like you said, it's about growing the game and growing women's football and keep progressing in terms of the English players and the youngsters coming through, and we've got a fair few in the squad today, and they're all progressing and they stand out in training, and that's the best thing is that it's not just about us now, it's about the next generation and keeping England football being the best. So yeah, it's lovely to see the youngsters coming through.
Thanks, Millie. Enjoy the game and wrap up warm.
Thank you very much. See ya.
So always a special day to captain your country, which Millie Bright has done on one previous occasion. Her leadership skills, her development over the course of her career, Faye, you've played back there as well. No Steph Houghton or Leah Williamson with her today. How do you think she will cope with taking on that leadership responsibility?
Yeah, I think she said in the VT there that it's about the game. She doesn't want too much focus really, but yeah, as captain you do feel this sense of needing to step up, make sure you're playing your own game well first, and leading by example really. But Millie, she's a mainstay of the Chelsea defence, great team and squad that she has Leah's there to remain her place. She's a physical presence in the back line, calm and composed on the ball as well. So yeah, I think she just takes it as a normal game, but certainly will look back in pride with it. But of Sarina Wiegman, I'm sure going forward, I think for me it might be Leah Williamson going forward after Steph maybe retires. But Leah did so well in the last few games, but certainly Millie Bright today is the experienced player within the squad, and from that kind of position at centre half, it's a good place to choose your captain from.
You scored 12 goals playing back there in England's defence. Pretty good record for a central defender. Millie Bright waited 40 caps to get her first England goal. She's now got 3 in 3. Pretty good record.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure she want to keep that going. But yeah, she has such a presence. She's such physically really strong. She's quick too. But this is where she's added to her game, really, I think, in the opponent's box, because she can make herself really hard, whether it's diverting for other players to get on the end of it or for her to get on the end of it herself. But she has that not only in the defensive box, but now she's making it pay in the opponents.
It's fascinating when you're talking about captains, etc., and the temperament you need, the leadership you need, and for me, I would always say my captain needs to be someone who's actually seen the full pitch, seen the full parameters of the game. And when you see it in the men's game, we have a lot of forwards being captain, but I love my defenders. They're my leaders for me, and she's definitely going to show that she's a leader.
Very quickly, Faye, Austria will pose a more difficult test for England today. 3 wins, 1 draw so far in the group. What prospect do you think they will be?
Well, I think they will certainly have more attacks on our goal than what we've seen in previous games recently. But with Austria, they got to the semi-finals in the Euros last time out. They're qualified again for the next tournament next summer, so they're not going to be a complete walkover today. So certainly the back line are going to have to be switched on a lot more. We talked about Billa, 7 goals in the qualifying campaign in already, so there's a threat there definitely. And I don't think they'll just sit back with a low block like we've seen a lot of the teams in the last few months do against England.
Definitely a challenge for England today. Kickoff is almost upon us. Don't go anywhere. England taking on Austria. They are both defeated in World Cup qualifying so far. This could well be the hardest test since Sarina Wiegman took charge. The teams will be out next. TV, including at the end of the game here at the Stadium of Light. And as you can see, Storm Arwen, unfortunately, causing havoc across the country, but hasn't deterred the fans who have come here today. They've wrapped up warm to come and see the Lionesses take on Austria in this World Cup qualifier. Emil, such a good thing to see, because of course it has been, as we've experienced ourselves, very difficult weather.
Yeah, definitely. Again, when you come into the pandemic, etc., with a phase where we had no fans, and then now to have fans back in the stadium, and then obviously the weather hasn't helped. Well, it hasn't deterred them up here. They've come in the droves, so it's fantastic to see them, and they'll be spurring the team on, and they'll be loving it.
It's a sign, isn't it, of the fact that we mentioned a little bit earlier on. This is a hotbed of football in the country. These fans want to show it.
Yeah, they want to show their support for the Lionesses. Obviously, lean into an exciting year as well, isn't it? For the Euros, home Euros next summer. But that's the good thing about the England women's team. It obviously moves around the country, lots of different games, so a lot of young girls can get out and see the women in action. Yeah, we'll be in Doncaster next on Tuesday, of course. But they will want goals. That's what the fans want this evening. They'll want those England players to come and continue in the same vein. Those Austria players know that they will be facing a very, very good side in their really best form right now. Yeah, definitely. Again, a very attack-minded team as well. So I'm expecting a fast start, and I'm expecting them to go at them, get it wide, and really put them on the back foot and put pressure on them. Back to a 4-3-3 today, Faye. Very quickly, how do you want to see England play? Well, we were talking before the game, weren't we, Emma, about Ella Toone and Frank Kirby going to, normally play a little bit higher up the field for their clubs, and it's just them having to think about the defensive side of the game, because I do think England will be tested a little bit more at the back today, but certainly I do feel they'll have the ability in all positions really to control this game. I think the last 2 that we played in 2017, 2018 ended up 3-0 wins for England, and some poor mistakes at the back for Austria that caused to that. We know Zinsberger is a brilliant keeper for Arsenal in their WSL, but yeah, certainly they need to take out the mistakes at the back, I think, for Austria to make sure that if they're, from their point of view, that England aren't going to score today. But I expect England to have a comfortable win, but more challenge today.
Millie Bright there leads her country with pride. It's another step on the road to the World Cup in 2023 for the Lionesses, with a perfect record to protect. Taking us through this are the ex-England international Siobhan Chamberlain, but first, Seb Hutchinson.
Yes, welcome to Wearside, a part of the country that's proved a positive, proving ground for the nation's top talent, and now playing host to it for the first time. The north east of England has had a huge influence over this generation of England players, and today a chance for some of them to play in front of a sizable Sunderland crowd. A crowd bigger than any experienced by this Austria side, but they are a side who should provide the stiffest opposition for the Lionesses, who so far have overcome other teams in this group with ease. Before the anthems, a special moment for Ellen White to be presented with a memento for a 100th cap. A fine servant for the national side, and rewarded now with a century of appearances for her country. Austria will get underway after this short break. Welcome back to the Stadium of Light. And here are the lineups. A 100th cap for Ellen White, who becomes the 12th England women's player to reach that milestone. A memorable occasion for former Sunderland players Beth Mead and Demi Stokes. Millie Bright, the captain, in the absence of Steph Fulton and Leah Williamson. The majority of this Austria side play in Germany, with the only exceptions being record caps holder Sarah Puntigam of Montpellier and Arsenal goalkeeper Manuela Zinsberger. So Austria certainly up for this one. Their biggest challenge, as it is for England. Two undefeated teams occupying the top of this World Cup qualification campaign. And Ellen White spearheading the England side for the 100th time. And applause from those in attendance at the Stadium of Light. So away we go for the Lionesses' biggest test of this qualification campaign. And if they pass this with flying colours, nobody left to fear Siobhan Chamberlain.
They won't, and I think it's important that Sarina Wiegman can have a test for this team, because it's great to play against the likes of Luxembourg and Latvia, but you need to be tested.
Dunst already causing problems in towards Biller. It feels like it's more defending there than England had to endure in the entire qualification period so far.
Yeah, definitely. Mary Earps will probably be looking forward to having something to do. Yes, as a goalkeeper, you don't want to be under the cosh, but you want to be able to show what you can do on an occasion like this.
Already, Austria looking to create an early chance. They look to have a go at this England side, try and catch them out early. England haven't had much defending to do in their opening 4 games so far. And a corner to defend.
With conditions like these, which I'm sure will be mentioned several times during the game, you don't want to be giving away too many set pieces. They can whip them in straight under that crossbar.
England with everybody back, bar one in Beth Mead. Henshaw takes the corner short, but England read that problem and they made a mess of that, Austria.
Yeah, it's a serious mess there from Austria. Given the conditions here, as I said, the wind, how it's swirling around, you want to take every opportunity that you can get from a set piece. You deliver that straight in under that crossbar, challenge Mary Earps, challenge the defenders to come out and make a connection, and you never know where that ball can end up.
Stokes. She's giving away a throw-in. So Austria have England pinned in the opening 2 minutes of the game. As long as they don't concede, this will probably please Sarina Wiegman. Test this England defence. Shaw keen to link up with Dunst. Put in for Hemp, who's barely had to be that deep in her own half. Just to send the defenders the other way. If you weren't aware, it's windy on Weir side. Walsh bringing it away for the home side. Daly. Millie Bright, skipper for the day. Greenwood. Stokes. Walsh. In the role that Neil Williamson was playing for England in the qualifiers. Johnston Hemp can get away here down that side, but the ball just ran out to play. But already proof that England are up against their highest level of opposition in this group so far.
It's most definitely going to be their strongest test, and Lauren Hemp is going to be one of those players that's key to unlocking this defence and getting England on their way. I'm not convinced that was fully over the line, and had that stayed in, Lauren Hemp would have been away.
And pulling her sleeves down to cover the bare skin at the moment. So both sides keeping the ball in play in these early stages. Partner this time on her third cap, her fourth cap I should say. Walsh. Bright. Daly. So many attacking options in this England side. Fielded attacking lineups in every game so far. Stokes. Hemp. Picking up with Toon. Again forced backwards. Not by the wind. Walsh. Just a bit too much on that. And having to compete with the elements. You played in weather like this, Sean?
The coldest game I ever played in was -13 in America. It was the first time we'd actually, for England, we'd beaten America on American soil. We won 1-0, and it was incredibly cold. And Ellen White scored a late winner, which definitely made it very much worthwhile.
The result's all that matters, yeah?
Most definitely.
Biller opens up the pitch here, and Austria can drive forward. Already looking to test them on the cover. Mopping up there is Daly. Checked back, had to be careful. Side already, Henshaw getting forward. Left-hand side. It's Greenwood. Mentioned that Austria are England's biggest test, but they've never lost to Austria
They have conceded 1 goal against them. Glimpsed inside. Able to get Zadrazil on the ball yet, Austria, and she missed that ball. Lovely pass to Mead from Walsh. Stepping inside but running into trouble, Beth Mead. Daly. Now Greenwood, when given time, she could pick a pass. Louis Stokes. Hemp. Flies past the fullback. There was a tug on her as well. Back to Walsh. Knocks it to Daly. Here's a bit of room for England. Mead. And Mead again trying to clip it in towards White. It will be a corner. England finding a bit of space there.
Really positive play from England there, starting again from Lauren Hemp, having the positivity, driving through down that left side and then keeping it alive, keeping it in play. Tidy ball into Beth Mead, who again beats her defender and out for a corner, which hopefully England will utilise a lot more than Austria did.
Looking to be a threat from the set piece. Taken by Greenwood. Bright's in there. He's in goal-scoring form for her country. England whips one in. Decent delivery, and Zinsberger's out to claim flags up in any case. But the Arsenal goalkeeper gets her hands on the ball. Part of the Arsenal side, topping the WSL table at the moment. Austria choose to build from the back. Very experienced side. And Shaw. Villa laying that back to Platinum. Collects it again. And Platinum. Who's Russian Veng in towards that near post. Well marshalled in there by Greenwood.
Good tidy play from Austria there, linking up well down this left-hand side, the left back getting forward, getting higher, which England haven't had to deal with in recent games. They've pinned teams back, so it'll be good to see England having to deal with their fullbacks overloading those areas.
Rina Veninger has gone forward for this throw in the centre half. Tall figure at the back for Austria. White got a touch on that, but Austria keeping the attack going. Zadrazil trying to poke that through. Playmaker in this Austria side, the Bayern Munich midfielder. Here's Stokes. Hemp. She gets the ball. The volume of the crowd go up. Expectancy. Mead. Head up. Need to send it in. Feels for handball, and it's been given. Right on the edge of the penalty area by the referee, Katerina Monzul from Ukraine.
I think it was the player's reaction more than the actual handball that gave away the free kick. She kind of shrugged her arms as if to say, I didn't do anything, but her arms were into her body. It's a harsh free kick to give away, but I think she just needed to play as if nothing had happened.
Well, this is a decent position for England. Kirby and Greenwood. Benny Bright forward again. Greenwood going for goal, and Zinsberger watching it all the way. Trying to catch the goalkeeper out, but she wasn't for catching out.
If she'd connected with it well, that could have flown in top corner. For the quality that Alex Greenwood normally has, it wasn't up to her high standards.
England briefly winning the ball back high up the pitch. And Shaw mopping up there. Veninger to get them going. Reuter. Duke's got past one challenge. Likewise two. And a very say even contest so far, certainly compared to England's previous games, as we expected for a side ranked 21st in the world. Greenwood put under pressure by Biller, didn't lose it though. Walsh taking a bit of a chance, stepping into midfield. Daly. Walsh again. Picks the pass to find Kirby. Mead on the front foot. Mead drifting inside. The black shirts are there, helped on by Walsh. Away by Weinreuther.
I think for me, England have got to be quite patient but move the ball quickly. If they can switch the ball from side to side, tire Austria out, get them moving, get them out of position, because at the moment they're really in a good strong shape and it's hard to find those gaps in between.
Here's Bright hoping to do that. Daly hasn't been able to fly forward as of yet. Kirby is in control, but there's a extra shirt there again. Discipline defending so far from the visitors. Not sure on that occasion. Doots taken off her toes by Greenwood. Ridley barks orders to her teammates. Walsh, he tried to stretch the play on the right. Here's Daly. Mead for the opening. Walsh once more. Daly trying to work the space to get a ball into the penalty area, and Daly loses it and had a tug back, and she'll do well to escape a booking here. They just do so.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she got a yellow card here. She may well just get away with it this time, but no more, says the referee. Definitely pulled the Austrian fullback back as she was trying to escape from her. I think it was more a frustration of not being able to deliver that ball, not having any options. Just shows how disciplined, as you've said before, Austria have been with their defending so far.
Marschenweng not complaining too much there, which probably kept Daly out of the referee's book. Marschenweng, nice touch, but there's Bright with a thunderous challenge. And Kirby playing it forward in towards White. Might be some room here for England. Lovely touch. Lovely burst from Kirby. Flashes it across, but it couldn't stick it in. They were queuing up as well. Walsh. Bright. Daly. Here's Kirby again, getting on the ball early for England. Only a good thing. Greenwood. Toon. Walsh. Mead. Now Daly. Plenty on the move, waiting for the cross. She plays the ball to Kirby. Another excellent pass across the 6-yard box and defended by Weinreuther.
Brilliant defending from Austria here to keep it at 0-0. Fantastic play from Fran Kirby on 2 occasions. 2 brilliant balls she put in across that box. And Kirby on 2 occasions. 2 brilliant balls she put in across that box. Lauren Hemp just couldn't get there on that one. I think there were about 3 England players on the one before that just managed to evade them. But another corner for England. And it's great to see Fran Kirby higher up the pitch, playing on the back shoulder of defenders, getting to the byline, because that's where she's at her most dangerous.
And Kirby on corners again for England. Keeps it in. Weinreuther in the right place again.
It's a difficult one there, because as the ball comes in, it is a high foot. And you can see why Beth Mead is frustrated by that. It could have been a lot more dangerous than it was. But at the same time, as a defender, you can understand why she's tried to clear the ball.
Dean Reuter in the right place again for Austria. In these cold conditions, England certainly warming up, causing the opposition problems by the minute. They play this corner short, and this might have caught Austria out here. Kirby swings it in towards the near post. Zinsberger is there. Beth Mead back on her feet as well. Dean Reuter in the thick of the action so far, the Austrian defender. She helps it on there towards Dukes. Just want to get their foot on the ball here, Austria, after this tricky couple of minutes. Villa won't get to that. Here's Bright. Gives it straight to Austria. Dunst. Zadrasil could be dangerous. Slipping it down the line. They tried to link up there, but Plattner wins it back in the end.
Ball by Alex Greenwood there, who's out at left-back position. I think after the handball that they gave against Austria about 5 minutes ago, England can't really have too many complaints about this one.
No, so they've got a set piece to defend. This might be one of the first they've had to defend in this qualification campaign. Villa free at the back post, unmarked. Main striker for Austria, with nobody on her at the moment. England holding their positions. Free kick whipped in, towards the near post, and away by Kirby.
Frank Kirby doing the business at both ends of the pitch at the moment, in the right place at the right time there defensively to hook that one away out of danger. Because as you said, Billa was completely free at that back post, and if it had cleared the more, I'd be interested to see which player was able to make it across to challenge her.
% record so far for Sarina Wiegman. All games they would have been expected to win. They are the favourites for this one, but it's not proving so simple so far. But as I mentioned before, she will be pleased with that fact.
She will. I think so long as England get the result today, if they can be put under a lot of pressure for the entire 90 minutes, Sarina Wiegman will be really pleased about it.
Mead inside. Walsh always composed in that midfield. Daly. Harry Earps. Here's Stokes. Toon. Playing with those 2 10s again. Kirby and Toon. And Ellen White. Here's Mead. Kirby getting into her flow. And Mead has made a good run. And here is Beth Mead going on. Just ran away from her in the end. Ellen White saying, why didn't you pass it?
Brilliant switching of play, and Frank Kirby again at the heart of the action. Lovely through ball to Beth Mead. I think she just took a slightly wrong touch, lost her footing and then couldn't get back in front of the defender, but more positives for England.
A lively start from Frank Kirby. It's Bright. Greenwood. Again, and with Millie Bright, absence of Steph Horton. Daly. Mead linking up with Kirby once more. Mead pulls it across, nobody's there, but back to Kirby. Walsh. Kirby, Walsh. Just maybe overplaying a little bit there, England, but Kirby causing Austria problems. Toon. Couldn't get it back from him. Back Back to Walsh. Toon almost sliding it through to him. Walsh. Really bright now, Daly. Kirby. Walsh steps away, tried to slide it in. Villa and England are just one pass away. Getting a shot away. Walsh once more. Bright clips it to a Chelsea teammate. Kirby helps it on to Mead with time into White. Good defending in there by Veninger, and the flag's up. I'm sure Veninger knew that.
I'm sure she didn't, and it was a beautiful touch by Fran Kirby just to slow the ball down into the path of Beth Mead, who, yeah, as she played it across, Ellen White was just strayed offside. Excellent defending again from Austria to come across and clear the danger, unknowing that it was offside beforehand.
Fran Kirby looking very dangerous, and that's a dangerous kick out. Straight to Hemp. Zinsberger holds, and relieved as well.
Good to see Lauren Hemp getting her shot away. Said recently there's been maybe one or two passes too many where players can be a little bit more selfish.
Still looking for her first England goal, Lauren Hemp. It seems to surprise everybody every game, but she's such a dangerous player. Still so young. Dunst, who's picked up some decent positions for Austria at the start of this game. Zandrasil forward. Dunst. Tigam. Wind causing a problem there. Ball just ran away from Veninger, and Hemp couldn't get away from her. Good, decent turn of pace from the experienced captain.
Yeah, more great defending there from Veninger. A player you would not want to give the ball away to and get yourself into a race with is Lauren Hemp. And she did really well to get back behind it and knock it out for a throw-in.
A few of these Austria players for Bayern Munich, the German champions. Plenty of top-level players in this Austria squad. Shown that so far. Two, just pinned in the corner, but they'll take the corner, and they take it quickly. They play it quickly into the penalty area. Greenwood, the first defender. Dunst, nowhere to go. Pinned in there by Toon. Veninger away. This match already, not too many chances in this game. An attempt on goal, but here's Mead. And Mead has got away there. Here's Daly to Mead. Challenge comes in. They closed her down quickly there, Austria. Can they counter? Villa. Zandrasil. Plattner under pressure from Walsh, but turns away from her. Veninger. So many of this Austria side have played together. Veninger slipping it through, and there's a little tug on her there, but they're a team that know each other well.
They are, and you can tell that they do. They've been tidy in possession. Even when they've been put under pressure, they've remained calm. They've tried to pop it around, move it around. Even when players are coming in to make challenges, there's one and two touch, moving it about, and it's been really positive for them, and they've got into good places. It's when they get higher up the pitch, how can they then transfer that into an opportunity?
Zandrasil Now she was caught there. And Toon, pleading her innocence. A few gasps when that challenge went in around the stadium. Got quickly to her feet though.
Yeah, a slightly painful one there, especially in this cold weather, hopefully, and thankfully it looks like she caught her shin pad doing its job there, but I think Ella Toon probably did well to evade a yellow card there. Had that been the other way round, I think England would have potentially wanted a yellow card for a challenge like that.
The good news is Sandra Zill's back to her feet, and it's Dunst to take the free kick for Austria, clipping it in by Daly. Here's Mead. Can't take too many chances there. White can't get there. Decent platform here for Austria, and there's a challenge from Mead. Huge yelp going out from Hanshaw. Walsh and Stokes. Bright, that's a good ball. Kirby. Walsh, Toon wants it and receives it now, links up with Kirby. Lovely football from England, just couldn't quite squeeze it through to Ellen White. That was almost the moment. Toon and Kirby picking up those positions there. Now Billa, can she get away? Greenwood steps across. And they're not quick enough there to make that break effective. Bright finds Kirby again. Mead. Numbers arriving. Back to Daly. Mead once more, working this Austrian defence. Kirby just eased off it in the end. And the defending at the last from Austria has been pretty good, although Kirkberger has conceded a corner.
The last-ditch defending has been great, but I've been really impressed by the link-up play between Fran Kirby and Beth Mead. They're really on the same wavelength here, 1 and 2 touches, understanding who's running off the shoulder and playing each other in. Similarly to Austria, it's just lacking that final product now.
She may not take many corners at Chelsea, but she's taking plenty here for England. It's Fran Kirby. High one. Comes back to Greenwood, who doesn't strike it clean. He might still work for England. Mead almost getting a shot away. Bright. Now Walsh. Just runs away from Walsh there. The pass from Daly. Rescued by Hemp. Austria, no press from them at all, just sitting off England. And their defenders have the ball. Again, Bright trying to play that pass between the lines, but cut out. Once more. And then England press. Almost want it to launch their own attack.
Yeah, comfortable when it's round the back, playing out from England at the moment. They're giving them the time to be able to pick their passes, and Millie Bright plays that through ball so well when it works. It's a dangerous, risky play when it doesn't, though.
Here's Hemp. Now Walsh. Mead is free. Still it's to Kirby. Now Mead has it. And Toon is waiting for it. It's in towards White. Just too much on it. So many shots arriving in that penalty area, though. England have options.
They had quite a few options then, but Ellen White's the only one that's really committing to attack into that 6-yard box. There were 3 arriving late. I'd potentially like to see Ella Toon get a little bit more involved, a little bit more central, link up a bit more with Ellen White, give her that support that they can bounce off each other, her stretch the line while Ellen White potentially comes a little bit deeper to feet.
They are getting plenty of touches, England forward players. Daly Drive forward now. Mead flicks one round the corner. Here's Mead working her way through. Might go all the way. It's tried to fine-tune. Just ran out of space in the end. Mead has seen plenty of the ball so far. Likewise Kirby. And now Walsh. Daly. Kirby. 1-2 with Daly. And still Daly. In it goes. Plattner gets led on that. Villa can't make it stick. Falls to Kirby. Walsh into Kirby. Kirby drifting across. Greenwood. Stokes. White. Gets the ball sent in. Hemp. A challenge going in from Dunst, and then another one. Bright from range. Oh. That was not far away from Millie Bright. He's got a taste for goals at the moment.
From this angle, that looked like that was absolutely rocketing into the top corner. Judging by Zinsberger's response, she thought it was a lot more comfortable as she just watched it go in. Didn't look too worried at all, but a great sighter from Millie Bright, and someone that can definitely strike well from distance.
In these conditions, it's the unknown when you let fly. Here's Walsh. Kirby. Now Walsh. Out it goes to him. And here she goes. Just about holding firm, Austria. Dunst. They want to play out. And they do win the free kick in the end. Nice skill there by Wienreiter, who played in the Hoffenheim side, who lost 4-0 to Arsenal in the Champions League this season. And Demi Stokes won't want to see that again.
Potentially why she gave away the foul, saying, get on the floor, you're not getting past me again now.
Lovely play from Zadrazil. Just waiting for numbers here. Maschenweg. Now this might be the opener. Plattner. Villa. There's nobody there. Stokes takes a huge chance and just gets away with it. Wins the free kick.
Positive play again from Zadrazil, starting it all off, and luckily Demi Stokes just got away with that one.
Threatening enough as Austria side. Only more meet again at the Euros next year. Here's Hemp. Walsh now moving it quickly to Daly. Mead. Daly again. Villa getting back for Austria as well. To get everybody behind the ball. Stokes. Hemp. Patient build-up play. Walsh, Mead wants it and has it now. And White's in the middle. And almost helped on its way. Decent move that from England.
More great build-up play and another fantastic delivery into the box. But they just can't get past Austria's defending at the moment. I think it was Kurtberger that time that got her toe in, enabled it to go back into Zinsberger's arms for a comfortable collection, but Austria have got to be incredibly happy with how they've defended so far this game.
Unsure. they'll want to trouble England a bit more. They know they've got it in them. I suppose they're also wary of the fact that England are potentially, we haven't been able to find out yet, but a pretty good counter-attacking side, you would imagine. I say that because, of course, all the opponents have had to sit off them so far. Here's Mead. Greenwood. Bright. Looking for White, but too many bodies in the way there. But Walsh collects and picks up and releases Mead. Still Mead. No option for her there. Walsh. Toon trying to slide in Hemp. Here's Walsh. Toon to Walsh again. Triangle of Walsh, Kirby and Toon. Seeing lots of the ball. Here's Mead. Clips it in towards White. Will it drop to Walsh? It does. Miscues it, but Kirby trying to help it on. White goes down. There's Walsh. And in the end, a goal kick just wouldn't quite fall for England there.
Wouldn't quite drop for anyone. Seemed to be a manic game of ping ball from head to head. Keira Walsh eventually not able to quite keep it down and on target enough to challenge the goalkeeper and out for a goal kick.
And winning the throw in there. We're closing in on half-time, and England haven't tested Zinsberger enough so far, certainly to Sarina Wigman's liking. They couldn't find a way through Northern Ireland in the first half at Wembley. So they know to be patient, plenty of time. Walsh and Stokes. To Walsh. Bright switches it out, looking for Hemp. Stokes kept it in, but only for Austria's benefit. Moves it back sharply. Toon. Hemp. Whipped across. Mead. Kirby. Kirby again. Surely this time. Ellen White. The record draws nearer. The players run to Frank Kirby as well for her part in the goal. They've had to huff and puff, but they do get the breakthrough against a resolute Austrian side. England with a lead.
It may not have been the prettiest of goals, but on your 100th cap to score for your country is a phenomenal achievement, and one that she'll remember. As a number 9, she's always in the right place at the right time, and once again, loitering in that 6-yard box, there to put it in the back of the net.
And Frank Kirby, of course, she would be involved. She may not have scored in this qualification group, but she's a big, big part of this side. And helping that on to Ellen White. We didn't have time for a signature celebration, because the hugs came quickly. Goal number 45. One away from equaling the record. Kirby, England's player of the half so far. Daly, and Toon wants it. It's just cut out by Shaw. It's been the story of the half road for Austria. They've had to be there to cut out that final ball. England have got themselves in those situations multiple occasions. Daly. Mead finds Kirby. Can Kirby find White? Pulls it back. Hemps Just about gets there. Hemp! Well, everybody willing Lauren Hemp to score that first England goal.
They are, and it's the brilliant Fran Kirby again that puts it across the goal for her. Does so well to stay on her feet amidst two strong challenges, gets her shot away, but slightly too easy for Zinsberger there.
Zinsberger was very busy in a friendly against England in 2017. Hasn't had too many saves to make in this first half. Has had to pick the ball out of the net. Bright. Mead. Going direct there at Hanshaw. Daly. Walsh. Greenwood. Hemp. And it goes towards White, who didn't quite gamble, probably wasn't expecting the ball to come, but it did come.
The ball did come, and they're the types of goals that you expect Ellen White to score time and time again. Loitering around that 6-yard box, just couldn't quite get the connection.
Hanshaw. Biller. Just eased off the ball there. Cole Biller. Finding space harder to come by now, Austria. Toon. Kirby. Time for the Chelsea star. Bright. It's Kirby. Now Mead. Like when any England player gets the ball, Fran Kirby is an option for a pass. Bright. Daly will fist that one back to Marriott. Despite the pressure that Austria have tried to put on England, she hasn't had a save to make. Hemp. To Stokes. Vera Walsh. Dictating play for England again. Daly. Kirby. Now Mead. Walsh. She'll switch it across. They're trying to really stretch that pitch. Didn't quite get that one on the mark though. Vera Walsh.
That's when England have been most dangerous today, when they've stretched the pitch, when they've got their number 10s, their Fran Kirby and Ella Toon, linking up in those wide areas with the wingers. That's when they've been creating opportunities to cut across goal and to get chances on the Austrian frame and in that 6-yard box for Ellen White.
Kirby on that side of the pitch there seems to be everywhere at the moment for England. Referee not quite helping Austria out there, and their bench wasn't too happy about that. I feel a little worse here. Kirby! And White trying to follow up, and does follow up. Well. And coming close again with their star of the half.
A brilliant ball by Kira Walsh through. Great turn and snapshot, and a fantastic save from Zinsberger. She's been quite quiet in terms of saves she's had to make this half. She'd have probably expected to be a little bit busier, but she's definitely pulled out a fantastic save there to keep her team in it at half-time.
And Austria really want half-time here because England are finishing strongly. Greenwood to get one on the money here. Greenwood floated up, looking for it to fall to a white shirt. It's all a bit scrappy. England want the corner. Instead, that's the half-time whistle. And after a tricky start for England, where Austria did cause them a few problems, they asserted their authority and took the lead through Ellen White's 45th goal for England. Fran Kirby, the star of the half, no doubt about that. And they have the lead against Austria. Half-time at the Stadium of Light. England 1, Austria 0.
Well, the Lionesses may have huffed and puffed in the first half, but finally they have blown the Austrian house down and got their reward. Ellen White with the goal, which means that at half-time in this World Cup qualifier, it is England 1, Austria 0. She is now just one goal behind England's top goal scorer, Kelly Smith, and on her way to breaking a great record. It was a very positive first half, wasn't it, from England? They got what they wanted, as I say, at the end of that first half, but there were so many things to be positive about, and in particular Ellen White, a very special day, her 100th cap, getting that goal.
Yeah, I don't think you would have betted against Ellen scoring on a 100 cap, but it's great to see her get on the end of it, and that's what she's been doing, hasn't she? Get in the right place at the right time, so potent. We didn't have many chances. There's a second chance on target. The Austrians did give us more of a test, but certainly for a lot of the game, it coming down the England's right with Fran and Beth, and obviously Fran, I think, certainly the player of the match of the first half anyway so far.
We're going to take a closer look at Fran Kirby in a moment, but just on Ellen White, you were a striker, Emil Heskey, in the right place at all times, wanting to get on the end of those England moves.
Yeah, she was fantastic, and you see her movement time and time again, pulling away, then checking in and going in, and always being an option in that box. A lot of the play's been coming down the right hand side, and it's just been that one little ball, that final ball that's been missing. But she will always be in there. She's great because she will always be between the sticks and wanting to get on the end of things.
Down the right, she'd wanted those passes to come in from Beth Mead, but in the end it was Fran Kirby making those movements wide, who was really inspirational in that first half.
Yeah, and she's comfortable playing either out wide if Beth goes in, happy to take players on out wide and then produce a good end product as well. But yeah, she's picking up little areas of space where Plattner in midfield and Hans Shaw, the left back, can't. They don't know where she is. They're looking around, and even Kurt Berger's coming out sometimes. But she's just been on fire this half, and this is what you see her do for Chelsea week in, week out. And it's good to see her doing it in an England shirt, and she's just pulling all the strings at the moment.
She even drifted out to the left-hand side at times, Emil. In the end, she forced her way through, got an assist for Ellen White. She's just constantly been making things happen.
Yeah, and just keeping things active, and that's one thing that you have to do. And there we go with Ellen White in the box, always between the sticks and always a threat, wanting to get on the end of things. And Fran was in that little pocket, and then the centre-back, the left side centre-back and the left-back didn't know what to do. And they were the key moments, whether you actually push in and stay tight or you actually drop off and allow her space. They didn't either, to be honest with you, and she kept on finding that pocket, turning and going, and that's what you get most of our success from.
How satisfied will Sarina Wiegman be with that first half performance?
Yeah, I think she'll be happy that England have been a little bit more tested. Obviously Austria haven't just sat back and soaked up the pressure like we've seen in other games. They've actually had a few corners, put us under pressure in the first 10 minutes or so, but then started to get more of control of the game. And let's say Fran and Ella Toon was doing it with Lauren Hemp on the left a little bit at the start of the first half, but then it's certainly more down the right, isn't it? That kind of combination between Beth Mead and Fran, which has kind of unpicked the Austrian defence in the end.
We'll be back with Faye White and Emil Heskey shortly, but it has been a positive first half for Sarina Wiegman's England. They lead Austria by 1-0, all thanks to Ellen White on the occasion of her 100th cap. We will be back very shortly for another important 45 minutes here at the Stadium of Light. Don't forget, the next England match is against Latvia on Tuesday at 6:15 p.m. That's on ITV4 from the Keepmoat Stadium in Doncaster. The horse racing from Newbury's on ITV3 right now. It will then switch to ITV after the match finishes here in time for the big races of the day. The Ladbrokes Trophy Chase from Newbury at 3 p.m, followed by the Betfair Fighting Firth Hurdle from Newcastle at 3:15. So we spoke about Beth Mead before the game and the prowess of football here in the North East. she's an attacking player, but she showed maybe that she's more of a striker in the first half than a winger. What did you think, Emil?
Yeah, obviously, when you get into positions like this, you're really thinking about, as a winger, really thinking about getting a space and actually just crossing it. Whereas she's more thinking about where can I get my shot off, and probably taking one too many touches. But in our defence, when you come into your home stadium, when you come in with all your family here, you're wanting to impress them. But impressing is actually doing what the manager wants you to do.
The England players there just having a final word with one another. They had a positive performance in the first half. They'll be looking for more goals in the second. They lead Austria by 1-0 at half-time, led there by Millie Bright, their captain. Let's hand you back to our commentary team, the former England international Siobhan Chamberlain and Seb Hutchinson.
No changes at half-time for either side. Just the single goal separating the sides. Millie Bright urges her side on in the second half. There's narrow advantage for England, but they grew stronger as the first half wore on. They continue that into the second half, already on the attack, and White trying to slip that one through. And Walsh latching onto the pass. Daly looking to pin back Austria already. Here's Toon. Now Stokes. Stokes to him. Wanted to spin away. Dunst. Get going. Austria platform for attack here. England quick to close them down whenever they get the ball. And here's Hemp. There's not much room to work in, but already a bright start to this half from England.
Yeah, a really positive start for England. They're on the front foot, getting forward, trying to keep possession in Austria's half of the pitch.
Demi Stokes just couldn't quite keep that ball in play. It's Austria side at the bottom of your screen. 7 of this Austria side played in their semi-final defeat in the Euros in 2017. A very experienced side. They proved that. Plenty of occasions in the first half. But England with just enough quality. Greenwood there, almost inviting Dunst to take it off her. Stokes. Going to play that pass towards Ella Toon.
Need to make sure that keep concentrating around the back, keep the quality, keep the speed of movement up. We did well at doing that in that first half.
Closing down there by Zadrazil, who scored a fantastic goal against Chelsea in the Champions League semi-final. The end of last season, Bayern Munich lost at Tema Hayes' side. Serena Wigman here, hoping her side continues where they left off at the end of the first half. Finger in there quickly though. Zadrazil. Toon. Play the pass to him, but quickly wins it back. And Ella Toon get away here, prods it forward, and Kirby couldn't get there first. If she had, Austria would have been in trouble. Here's Hanshaw. They've cut out the avenues for Austria to launch attacks. This game has worn on.
England defending really well here as well, and I think that's the opportunity that Austria needs to take. If England are committing lots of bodies forward, are slightly out of shape, when they get the chance to break, they need to be ruthless and clinical with their chances.
And England have plenty of options on the bench as well. A deep bench. Top-class quality. It's Greenwood. Now Walsh. Ahead to play progressively. The Lionesses. Here's Bright. Going long towards Toon. Meninga's there. Flatner, that's good play. Zadrazil. Room for her to make something happen here. Villa ahead of her. Zadrazil moves it wide. Russian Ving. Right in the right place and takes no chances, clears it away for England. They can get space and time on the ball, Austria. Do have the players to harm this England side.
They've got talented attacking players and they've got players that can score goals. I mean, anyone that watched Chelsea in Champions League action last season and saw Zadrazil score that absolute worldie for Bayern Munich will know what she can do. So it's important that England stay switched on and don't give them any of those opportunities.
Biller can switch it here. Dunst with a bit of space. And Dunst looking to catch out. Mary Earps there and almost did. Might be Mary Earps' first save of this qualification campaign. She had to be alert there. Stokes into White. Lost by Toon. Puntigam. It's a better spell this for Austria. And Stokes, who just runs away from her. Visitors sense they've got a bit of an opening here. They almost found a way through. Again, Dunst. It's looked pretty bright on that side for Austria. Caused Northern Ireland a few problems in the 2-2 draw last time out. Brazil trying to create some space. This might work. Puntigam, that should be a corner for Austria, and it will be. England disagree.
Ella Toon strongly disagreeing with that decision there by the referee, but looking at the direction that it went out at, you'd think it did look like a comfortable corner.
Defending for England to do. Start of the second half. And Short wants to take it short to Dunst. Have to go direct into that England penalty area. And Shaw, a tester, tries to send it in towards Earps when it dropped to an Austria shirt. And Toon clears it away, and Mead will run after this. Cross comes Greenreiter. Well, we knew it would be the case, that this would be England's biggest test. Austria very much still in this one at the moment. And can't get to that one. Dunst under pressure from Stokes. It's decent play from Dunst and good link-up play, and Puntigam laying it off, and Zadrazil and Biller, and it's 3 against 2 here. And surely, Platner, big chance, and Mary Earps across to keep the clean sheet for now.
It's a big save by Mary Earps. She hasn't had a lot to do so far, but she's made a top save here that's kept the clean sheet for them for now. Fantastic play from Austria, and you've got to ask questions of England and how they've let it get 3v2 at the back there. Another angle of that great save by Mary Earps, and out for a corner.
Big moment for the visitors. They couldn't take the chance. They've got another one here from the corner.
Keep going, Fred. Yeah, good, Freddie.
And slightly wobbling here. Dunst to take. Platner's free on the edge of the penalty area. Dunst whips it in and right into that danger zone. It dropped to Platner. Mead can't get there, but she fouled the midfielder. Referee straight across. And Platner is in a bit of discomfort here after the challenge from Beth Mead.
That's really clever play from Platner there. She knew that she wasn't really going anywhere, but she got her body between Beth Mead and the ball, and Beth Mead was always going to have to try and make that connection, and ended up making the foul.
It was right on the edge of the penalty area, the initial contact. It's very tight. Platner, who had that fantastic opportunity to give Austria the lead just a few minutes earlier. It's only her 4th appearance. She made her debut during this qualification campaign. It was for Potsdam in Germany. only 20 years of age. What a moment this would have been if she could have slotted that chance away. This is Dunst with that earlier effort. And twice Mary Earps has been tested in quick succession in this second half. She's been set up to the challenge. She's made some fine saves this season. A few deep breaths for Platinum, a few deep breaths for England here. A lot of defending to do in the last 5 minutes. Free kick whipped in, Stokes gets it away. Helped on by two, but not very far. Mead, she was caught there, and some relief for England. This has probably been the most under pressure that they've been in this qualification campaign the last 5 minutes, it feels.
Definitely the most pressure they've been under. I think there was a couple of minutes spell against Northern Ireland at the start of that second half, but there was no real sustained pressure or threat to their goal from that. Austria are definitely threatening a lot more than anybody else has done so far under Wiegmann's reign.
I felt on that particular occasion it was invited by England when they changed formation at the start of the half. This is certainly not welcome. Unreuter. Ninga. Just a taste of the sort of test that England will face in this short competition they're hosting right at the start of next year. It's Germany and Spain, confirmed opponents, and one more to be confirmed.
The two incredibly talented sides that England will face, and it'll probably be the first chance that Sarina Wiegmann will have to test her England team against top opposition that she's going to have to challenge against to win the Euros in the summer.
Well, Hanshaw caught Pete there, who has been in the wars in this game, this particular occasion. I thought she was going to stay down, but she's back to her feet. England have taken the free kick quickly, and plenty forward, including Bright, and it's in towards Bright. Into Daly, now Hemp. She'll stand up the defender here, Hemp. Zadrazil sticking to task, with defending from the midfielder. Dunst into that corner, wants the goal kick. But England get the corner. But Zadrazil, good defending there.
Good defending by Zadrazil, but excellent play there from Ella Toon clever play from Ella Toon there to win that corner and play it out off Zadrazil's foot.
So England the corner here. And a narrow lead. Good whip on that, goalkeeper didn't come. It will be another corner.
Brilliant delivery there from Frank Kirby. That's what you can get when you've got quality delivery added to the wind that's whizzing around this stadium at the moment, and more great defending from Austria at that far post.
Sure, Daly's reaction. We're just giving a talking to Beth Mead. Dry smile. Kirby whips in another decent delivery. Zinsberger got something on that, but danger not clear for Austria. Walsh plays a clever ball in, lovely spin from Mead. Challenge comes in, England won a penalty. Veninger on Mead. No penalty. And Mead cannot believe it, and nor can Sarina Wiegmann.
She's got her arms all over her, she's pulling her down from her shoulder. I'm not sure what else Beth Mead can do. For me, that's a Stonewall penalty. Austria have got very lucky there.
Well, they've made a change here, Austria. The Grasshopper Zurich player catcher, Vina Reuter, has come on. Bit of an attacking change here, but Shinveng making way. And the conditions have got a little more challenging in what feels like the last 20 seconds. Nice touch from him. Toon gives it away. There's a real unknown about this second half. Conditions playing their part. Villa laying it off. Zadrazil. They worked it well here. Austria had a shot to try and catch out Erps from Dunst, but the wind's really whipping around. The rain, a bit of snow.
Good defending there by Beth Mead to get back and make a challenge to prevent Dunst from getting free for that shot there. Forced her to take it from distance, which was comfortable for Mary Earps.
Certainly not comfortable conditions. Have to be focused here with their passing, England, as they play it out. Stokes. Oh, how England would love a second goal in this particular period. Bright. Now Daly. Walsh. Spotted the run of Kirby. Couldn't find the target though. Zadrazil laying it back. Good pressure from him. Defender can't lose it there. Just about got the ball away there, Veninger. I'm sure people watching at home can really appreciate the conditions at the moment.
It's absolutely hammering it down. I'm not sure whether it's snow, whether it's sleet, whether it's rain.
It's all of them.
It's pretty much horizontal. Fair play to the crowd that's come out here at Sunderland today. They're weathering these conditions and enjoying a game.
And Stokes charging forward. Referee playing advantage. Here's Hemp. Hemp spotted the gap but quickly closed down. They've dealt well with Lauren Hemp to an extent, Austria, as well as you can. Dunst. The challenge coming across from Ella too. Is there going to be a booking here? Vina Reuter has gone into the referee's book. Try and clear up why she was booked, but no doubt the substitute. It's a little tug. The referee spotted. First change for England to Georgia Stanway, who scored on debut against Austria, replaces Ella Toon, who will be quick to get that jacket on. Walsh trying to get it through. Stanway in a role she hasn't got to play for Manchester City this season, but it's certainly her favoured position. Attacking midfield area. Daly, that's good work. Kirby, White, Stanway's in there. Another chance for England to set it in. Mead playing it back inside. It just won't quite break for a white shirt, and it's a goal kick.
Georgia Stanway straight in amongst the action there though, getting into that 6-yard box, which is where you want to see her. As you just said before, she hasn't really played in this position for a club so far this season, so I'm sure she'll be pleased to be on the pitch playing in that attacking midfield role as opposed to at right back.
And here's the confirmation of what the substitute was booked for, that little tug on Demi Stokes when she charged away. Referee played advantage. That's probably why we briefly forgot.
She was trying to do an early shirt swap with Demi Stokes.
I think there'd be no shirt swapping in these conditions, just another shirt. Wasn't a vicious pass from Greenwood, but Walsh made it work. Kirby drifts past the challenge, and it's really opened up for England here. Mead to let go, and another chance. That was a stinger for Zinsberger, and Mead frustrated with herself.
Yeah, rightly so. She's got high standards. She'll have wanted herself to slot that one into the corner, make Zinsberger make a better save than she had to. But great play by Georgia Stanway and Fran Kirby to link up to set her free.
Stokes, Stanway, now Walsh. Daly, now Mead. Mead once more. Toss it back to Daly. England linking up well again. Daly driving forward, just lost the ball briefly. Kirby. Fine footwork from Fran Kirby, that's brilliant. Couldn't pick out the pass in the middle.
Fran Kirby absolutely dancing through that Austrian defenders. Couldn't quite find, as you said, the end product, but she's absolutely brilliant to watch, isn't she? You could watch Fran Kirby dance her way through defenders absolutely all day.
Feels like she's been doing it all day. Greenwood hangs it in towards Bright, just evaded her.
There's been some brilliant deliveries into the box today. Yes, the wind makes it a little bit more difficult to judge how you attack it, but I think that's potentially one of the areas that Sarina Wiegman will look at, that England can improve on, because when you don't get as many opportunities as you do in the games against the likes of Latvia and Luxembourg, set pieces are a time for you to take advantage and take control.
Got good delivery as well. Here's Greenwood. Walsh. Stokes. Tussle again. Nina Reuter. Stokes able to get forward here for England. A bit more. Greenwood. To him, Stanway. Walsh. Now Greenwood. Tried to pick out Stokes, that's a loose pass. I think Austria have enough in attack here. Greenwood across.
A loose pass from Greenwood. Don't normally expect that from her. She's got such good quality when she's on the ball, but as you said there, did really well to come across and make the challenge to retrieve the ball.
Just had confirmation, just over 9,000 in attendance. Stadium of Light. Challenging conditions really for the supporters trying to reach the ground. Stokes. Hemp. Stokes once more. Greenwood. Austria just sitting off for now. Walsh. Tries to find Mead, does find Mead. Wanted a chop back again there, Beth Mead. Desperate to score, that's for sure. Kirby in a dangerous position, Zinsberger on a footing. Still haven't got it away though, Austria. And must be offside, Kirby. Well, play's carried on. This would be controversial if England score, they might do. Drops to Stanway. That's not going to trouble the goalkeeper from Beth Mead, who seems to have one thought in her mind today.
She does, and she definitely wants to get on the score sheet, back playing at home, full of confidence. But I don't think today is going to be the day for her, as Nikita Parris is coming on to take her place.
Well, Beth Mead did have a nervous look towards the bench. I hope it's not me. Well, it is Beth Mead, so the ex-Sunderland forward wasn't to be today. So wanted to find the net, but maybe Nikita Parris will for England. An example of the quality that they can bring off the bench.
Roles reversed from the Northern Ireland game when Beth Mead came on for Nikita Parris at a similar time. Question is, can Nikita Parris go and score a hat-trick?
Well, she's got the time that Beth Mead had, although that was quite a unique situation. Nikita Parris back in the WSL with Arsenal after a couple of seasons with Lyon. Arsenal, the club where Beth Mead is as well. So, teammates for club and country. Bright. And Parris might get on the end of this. She does. But, again, the cover is across from Kirkberger.
It's a brilliant ball through there by Millie Bright, and a really clever run from Nikita Parris. Sometimes it can take a little bit of time to get used to the game, get up to speed, but that was brilliant. Just the way she went from out to in, knew exactly where she wanted the ball, told Millie Bright, and good defending, just managed to get there ahead of her.
So England have wrestled back a bit of control over this match. Just the one goal so far, though. Greenwood sending it in. It will come back out to Walsh. Walsh needs to get to that. She's got a bit of help in the end from Daly. Stokes. Walsh to Stanway. Should play from Kirby. Doing so much right today for England. Greenwood. How about that ball towards Parris? Instant control, but the flag's up.
Brilliant ball from from Alex Greenwood to Nikita Parris, and as you said, great first touch. Just strayed offside a touch, but already starting to make an impact in this game after just a couple of minutes.
Certainly a strength that England have. They do have game changers in reserve. Now Billa has broken the line. No, the flag is up. And now she notices it.
A reminder to England, though, that they need to keep concentrating. They've got defenders that are flying forwards into attack, that are joining in with play, but it's still 1-0, and Austria have got talented players that can cause you problems.
She's just been onside there as well. It's her frustration. Irene Furman, she's cut a frustrated figure on the bench because she knows this game has at times been in her team's favour. Here's Greenwood to Parris. Parris prods it through to White, who'll get there, not quite, it just wouldn't hold up.
Just got caught in the grass a little bit there. I thought it might have sped through. Zinsberger did really well to come out and collect.
Zinsberger playing a decent ball out there to Wienreuter. She can't release Adrazil. Walsh. Stanway. Running it off to Stokes, who was caught. Tigam playing it forward. This is awkward for Bright. Had to cut it out and did. If he missed that one, the England captain, Bruce would have been in. Zadrazil. Put in from Greenwood. Free kick. They have certainly been tested at times in this game, England.
They have, and it's potentially quite tiring and draining being out there in these conditions with how windy it is, how cold it is.
Parris. Black shirts flooding back. Hemp. Dives inside, then goes outside. Stokes wants it. Walsh. Stokes. Hemp. Kirby. To find White. Walsh. Stanway. Walsh. Stokes. Hemp. Twisting, turning, trying to find that opening. Walsh. Stanway gives it away, but Walsh wins it back quickly, pinning Austria back. The Lionesses. Here's Hemp. Hemp still teasing the defender, plays it in Zinsberger. Got something on that, and the flag up once more.
Lovely ball in from Lauren Hemp. Ellen White just couldn't get there ahead of Zinsberger, but I think Lauren Hemp's been quite quiet this second half for her standards. She's maybe a little bit fatigued from the amount of games she's been playing for club and how important she's been, but I'd like to see her get on the ball a little bit more and cause Austria a lot more problems.
It's given away by Walsh. Loose pass. Brazil and win it back quickly. And the issues that England had in this game, so have Austria at times. Loose passes here and there. Here's Paris. Confirmation of the attendance, 9,159 at the Stadium of Light. Stanway. Kirby, the ball just sticking to her feet in this game. Walsh clips it in towards Paris, and it just wouldn't hold up enough in the air. Gives the thumbs up.
Really clever play there from Kira Walsh. Intelligent to know that Nikita Paris was making that run in at that back post, and she's played with her time and time again. She knows the kind of movements Nikita Paris makes, and as you said, the wind just dragged it a little bit wide of that goal and wide of Nikita Paris.
Just the one goal in this game so far. A game still in the balance. Defending in the end from Demi Stokes. We're playing at the Stadium of Light. And Siobhan, this is a ground you've played at before. Just remind me when that was.
I thought we weren't talking about that game.
2009 FA Cup semi-final.
Yeah, 2009 FA Cup semi-final. We unfortunately, I say unfortunately, we played horrifically. We lost 3-0 when I was at Chelsea. We lost 3-0 to Sunderland. They got to the FA Cup final, and they were a very young side with the likes of Demi Stokes, Jordan Nobbs, Lucy Bronze, Lucy Staniforth. I'm pretty sure Beth Mead was in the squad in and around there then as well. How far they've come on and developed. I'd like to think I played my part in that.
They're all still going now. Fine servants to the English game. Example there, how important this region has been for women's football in this country. Walsh. Daly. Paris to spin away. Daly. Paris couldn't find Kirby. That's good play from Austria. Can they hurt England, as they did a couple of times at the start of this half? It's got a little back for them in the last 15-20 minutes. Stokes scrambling back. Zadrazil couldn't get it under control. Foot in from Stanway. And Greenwood earns the free kick, and Billa really frustrated because she knows that Austria have caused England problems here. They just need something to go their way.
That was clever defending there by Alex Greenwood. She got her body in between them, stood up and went down under the challenge and won herself a free kick to regain control of the situation.
Billa, the Footballer of the Year in Germany. 7 goals in this campaign so far. She knows if she was to score, the next 10 minutes or so would certainly be the most important. Paris. Daly in support, but Paris got Kirby with her, couldn't find Kirby, who wins it back quickly. Paris somehow finds its way to Hemp. Still Hemp. Stanway and Paris and White! So close to a second. England get a corner.
Ellen White, another player that's been quiet in this second half, probably hasn't had the service that she'd have liked, but you know that whenever Ellen White is on the pitch, if she gets an opportunity in and around that 18-yard box, in that 6-yard box, she will cause you problems and she will be likely to put it in the back of the net. There, the defender just managed to get across in time, make that connection and force it wide out for a corner.
So Ellen White going close. Will there be another chance from this corner? Greenwood. First up. Stokes. Walsh. Onto Daly. Still plenty forward here for England. Daly into Paris, who's had a lot of touches since she's come on. Touched too many there. And England have had some enterprising play, but Austria holding firm just enough to still be in this. And Sarina Wiegman won't be totally comfortable at the moment.
She won't, and she also looks absolutely freezing stood there on the touchline, which I can confirm that we are fairly similar up here. But yeah, she'll want that second goal, and for Austria, they've defended really well, and they'll be frustrated if they don't take anything away from this game today, I'm sure.
Stanway. Of course, England may have won all of their games before this one, but they know if they don't beat Austria, World Cup qualification is still in the balance. And at the moment, just the one goal, and that one goal coming via Ellen White. Helped on by Kirby, helped in by England's, you feel, soon-to-be record goal scorer. Not quite there yet, just one off from equaling the record. Daly, Walsh, Greenwood to the last 10 minutes of the 90, and Stokes gives it away, and Biller, quick challenge for Greenwood to win it back, and Stokes shielding the ball well. Bright and Hemp with room. Plays it in towards White, and cut out by Veninger. Not for the first time.
Veninger, again, right place, right time. She's been brilliant at defending those balls into the box today, and yet again got there ahead of Ellen White.
Stokes, Kirby. Here's Walsh. Walsh, Paris, Sharp, Walsh forward, Daly, Walsh once more, Kirby, Paris, back to Kirby, the touch, just ran away from her in the end. But whenever the ball goes near Frank Kirby, you feel like something's going to happen for England.
Frank Kirby's been absolutely brilliant today. Everything that England have done well has had something to do with Frank Kirby, and the last couple of games she probably hasn't been involved as much as we'd like to see her involved. She's been a little bit deeper. Today she's playing higher up off that back shoulder, combining so well with the rest of the England front line.
Well, England haven't found it easy today, but they're still yet to concede World Cup qualification without tempting fate. It's given away though by Bright. It's been a problem for Austria. They've won it back and then given it straight back to England. They've done likewise on this occasion. Here's Veninger. Brazil. It's taken off her by Stanway. And England want to move this quickly to exploit the space. And it's Hemp. And Hemp spotted the gap. Now can she slide it into White? She can. White moves it on to Daly. And Daly lets fly! And almost squeezed in.
A smart stop by Zinsberg and then tipped it onto the post. Tipped it round the post even, an even better save. Smart strike from Rachel Daly, who's scored a number of goals for Houston Dash this year in the NWSL. American supporters will know her much higher up the pitch than playing at right back here as she does for England.
So England corner, 5 minutes of the 90. Oh, how they'd like to just seal it here. Kirby's corner. Veninger came, couldn't get it away. Kirby again. White. Greenwood. Stokes keeping Austria pinned in for now. Hemp. Kirby. Checks back. Can pick out. Stanway on the edge of the box. Greenwood. Walsh. Here's Hemp. Kirby's free. Greenwood. Paris on the move. And the flag is up as Daly full throttle following him. Well, change for Austria wasn't to be familiar in the end, but the woman coming on, Stephanie Enzinger, scored the equaliser that broke Northern Ireland's hopes and hearts last time out. To earn the draw for Austria, which could prove a huge point in this campaign. Second place team in the group will go to a playoff. Of course, the winner of the group will qualify direct. As it stands, that would be England. But there's still time for Austria to change that. Platno had a wonderful chance at the start of this half. And they will be ruining those chances, Austria, if they cannot find a way through in these closing stages. Berger. Zinger trying to help it on. But while it remains 1-0, there won't be too much ease around the England camp. Now then, White might be in here. It's in here. Across, matched her stride for stride in the end. The Bayern Munich defender.
Veninger yet again. Veninger yet again. She's been absolutely outstanding for Austria today. If they had to have a player of the match pick, then I've no doubt that it would be her. She's led her team so well from the back, kept them compact, difficult to break down, and has been there every single time that ball's been delivered.
Sam. To win the throw.
You could see the way she came onto the pitch then. Austria still believe that they can get something from this game. The way she was geeing up her teammates, the players, saying, come on, we can do this, we've still got time.
Bright, that's loose. Nottingham latching onto it now. Danger here for England. Dunst towards the near post, came to nothing in the end. They had plenty of bodies forward. Another chance goes begging for the visitors.
Frustration in the face of Dunst there. She's another player that's looked lively. She's done well for Austria today. Just made a poor decision there with her final pass. She'll be frustrated by that.
So just 3 minutes. Just on there. Hunzinger. No nonsense from Erbs. Now then, Hemp looking to calm England nerves. Hemp, low ball across, nobody was there. Too far in front of those who are arriving. An Austrian player down at the moment. They won't want to put the ball out of play, but they have to here. Right, they're going right down at the moment. So we might get an extra minute here. England are going to bring on Jess Carter, which is, well, in no doubt to their intentions in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, you mentioned previously about whether England want to go and kill the game or solidify. This is your answer. We've seen Beth England warming up quite vigorously, but there seemed to be a sudden change of plan, and Jess Carter was sent out, suggesting to me that it's the latter, and it's let's try and shore this game up and make sure that we keep this clean sheet and win this game and take the 3 points.
Well, just a second cap for Jess Carter of Chelsea. Feels like she's been around for a long time, but only 23. Now then, Austria do not have much time, but they do have time enough to create one more chance. Now that was a late challenge, a free kick. Now, again.
A late challenge and an opportunity for England again to slow things down, although they've already taken the free kick.
Yeah, taking it quickly. Not looking to waste time there, England. Hemp doesn't go for the corner. Back he goes to Carter. Stanway. Now Bright. Plenty of bodies forward here for England as well. Will they just play out this time? Bright back to Erbs. Carter. England win again. The full house of victories is still on the cards. Serena of England sees her side pick up the 3 points, but it wasn't as simple as it has been before. Frank Kirby, the star of the show for the Lionesses, but the winning goal scored by Ellen White, number 45, on her 100th cap. At the Stadium of Light, England do get the victory in the end. Austria made it tough, and suggestions that they would be their toughest test proved correct in the end, but they got over the line, the Lionesses. Another victory as the World Cup draws ever closer for England. The fans in attendance here at Sunderland have enjoyed the fact that England have won. It was close in the end, but they did just enough. Join us after the break. Hugh Woozencroft, Faye White and Emil Heskey with all the analysis after this break.
So England get the 3 points they desired. It took a goal from Ellen White on the occasion of her 100th cap. They hold on to their 100% start to World Cup qualifying with a 1-0 win over Austria. Savina Wiegmann and her coaching staff very, very happy with that result. And here's how it leaves their World Cup qualifying group. It means that England extend their lead at the top to 5 points. Unbeaten now, Austria received their first defeat so far in qualifying. England looking very, very comfortable in terms of qualifying. They face Latvia next, the team bottom of the group, on Tuesday night. So let's go down to the tunnel. The woman of the moment, Ellen White, is with Katie Shanahan.
Ellen, huge congratulations. Was that exactly how you dreamt of celebrating your 100th cap?
Yeah, it's a dream, really. Yeah, it's come full circle, which is really strange to have made my debut against Austria to now make my 100th cap against Austria. But for me, I just wanted the team to win. It was a really hard game, but I'm so proud of the team, the way we stuck in there, clean sheet, and obviously the 3 points. So yeah, I'm really happy.
Because the team needed to show resilience today. So how tough were Austria to break down?
Yeah, they really came out the blocks. I think you could see in the first 5-10 minutes they were really pressing us all over the pitch. But yeah, we just needed to be patient in the way that we played. We knew that we would create chances. But yeah, we had to have really good game management at the same time. There were spells when we didn't play our best football, but I think we just stayed in the game, which is the best thing.
And were those some of the trickiest conditions you've ever had to play in?
It was a bit weird, definitely. Yeah, snow. Yeah, I couldn't feel my face, but that's what happens when you're up north. That's the joy of playing up north. So yeah, thanks to the fans and everyone that came out to watch as well. It was brilliant.
And what was it like playing with Fran Kirby, who helped to set up your goal and is in sparkling form at the moment?
Yeah, she's a dream to play alongside. Yeah, I think I've had the pleasure of playing alongside her for a number of years now, and yeah, she's a phenomenal player, and we're very proud that she's English.
And finally, goal number 45, one away from equalling the all-time goal-scoring record. How relieved were you to break the deadlock, and closing it's getting so close now, Ellen, we all know it.
Yeah, you know I don't like to talk about it, but yeah, no, I'm delighted to get on the score sheet again. I've said before how much I love playing for England, scoring for England, so it's an absolute dream for me, so yeah, I'm really pleased.
Congratulations, Ellen, on your 100th cap and scoring, and hopefully we'll get that all-scoring record sometime soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sure she will. She'll be licking her lips ahead of the game against Latvia, and of course wanting to start that game. Ellen White only one goal behind Kelly Smith now in terms of the record goal scorer for England, but she did her job at one end, and it wasn't just her that needed to do her job today. There were times when Mary Earps was the coldest person in the northeast, way back there in goal for England. When called upon, Emil, she did do her job though.
And that's a sign of a great goalkeeper when called upon, because you're going to be in games where you're not going to be called upon. You've got to be, your concentration's got to be at its highest. And here, when she actually gets a shot off, she's got to be at her highest, and she makes a really, really good save here. This was early on in the second half, so you might be cold, you might be thinking she's cold, but no, she makes a great save, and she's always thinking, and that's when you know a trait of a great goalkeeper is when you're called upon, you're there for them.
There was a moment that England felt they should have had a penalty as well, Faye. Katarina Montel actually refereed England's men against Andorra in a previous international break this window. Why do you think she didn't give this one though?
Yeah, I think, I'm not sure if she's fully sorry. At the time of it, I thought the ref looked like she might have been blocked, and here it just shows her vision. See the assistant referee's there, but I do feel there's a clip on Beth Mead's ankles, and otherwise she would have got a shot away for sure, and I think it was a penalty that was missed.
Should have been given, in your opinion, yeah?
Yes, definitely, yeah.
Absolutely. Fran Kirby in that first half was exceptional. Second half, it was a little bit more difficult for her. It seemed like the Austrians had slightly sussed out what she was trying to do, but still, overall, a fantastic performance.
Yeah, fantastic performance from her. She was getting in them pockets in the first half and really, really causing them problems. Driving at the defenders, and with her pace and her directness, she's fantastic in these areas, and a lot of this play was coming from down this side, and she was just getting into these pockets. The left-sided central defender didn't know whether to come out, the left-back didn't know whether to come out, who was marking her, and she was just causing all sorts of problems and getting shots off, creating a lot of chances. Then the second half, they found it a little bit more difficult because they kind of sussed it out a little bit as well, but still getting in them pockets and still driving as well. So fantastic, a fantastic game from her, to be honest. Again, quick feet and this low centre of gravity, because it's very, very difficult, especially when you're taller defenders and you've got a small player and you got them bobbing and weaving inside you. It's difficult to actually stop them, and she's got great feet as well.
Left off the list for the FIFA Best Awards. England fans not happy with that. Let's hear from the England boss, Sarina Wiegman, though. She's with Katie.
Sarina, a good result and a good test against Austria. What were you most impressed with today?
I think the performance as a team. So we created chances, we scored only one, but we had some hard times in the game too. And then you just need some concentration of the team. So the two saves from Mary, those are such important moments in the game. She kept us in, and then we can just keep playing and go for the second goal, which we didn't score, but then still we have a clean sheet, and then it's fine.
Barry Earps was key, as you've just touched on there, but so is Ellen White, scoring on her 100th cap. What makes her one of the best strikers in the world?
I think her consistency and the way she lives football. She's such a professional and she's such a team player, as you saw today. And she has done that over and over and over again, about 100 times for the national team. So very special.
Did you learn more about your team today than all of the other games put together?
Sarina Wiegman, the England head Sarina Wiegman, the England head coach there. Ellen White celebrating with her family here inside the Stadium of Light. What do you think Sarina Wiegman would have learnt about her team today? Because we said Austria would be the biggest challenge, and so it proved to be.
Yeah, well, I think these are the games she wants to be able to know how her players can manage the game, manage difficult moments. Like she said, I think she'll be concerned how a couple of times we got caught 3-on-2 at the back, and obviously those 2 attempts happened. But yeah, I think she'll be confident enough that we had good chances, but today we didn't quite get them because we're up against better defenders today.
And the resilience, really. When you have that much possession, that much going for you in the first half, and then to come out and then they're going to have a reaction. But how do you deal with that? And I think they dealt with it really well.
There are a number of players in this England squad, real talent. We were talking about it, weren't we, during the game, just how much depth there is in this England team. As we go forward, do you think those out there today proved and showed why they should be in a first choice 11 for Sarina Wiegman? Would you like to see, more players being mixed up in the coming games?
Well, I think that the Latvias, the Luxembourgs, they are the games where you can play some of the girls that haven't had as many caps, who need to get that kind of confidence in the shirt. But yeah, I mean, you've got from nowadays, you've got a lot more balanced squad, a lot more depth in there that you can call upon those players, and I think that's only exciting going into the Euros, and it will give her headaches. There will be other players coming back fit. There's obviously quite a few defenders and keepers that are out, so she's got lots of options. But yeah, the games coming up, those lower obviously opposition in this group are the ones to really try and give those caps to those players that may not have featured today.
As we look to Latvia on Tuesday, Emil, do you think Ellen White's going to break that record and get herself a couple of goals?
Yeah, you'd put your house on it, to be honest with you, if she starts, obviously. But yeah, she's a fantastic player, and it showed here today. She just wants to score goals, and in her interview it showed a lot about her. She's making her 100th cap, plus she's getting closer towards being the leading goal scorer, but she talks about the team. Talks about the team time and time again.
Emil Heskey, Faye White, thank you for being with us this afternoon. So much more sport to come. Stay here on ITV for the horse racing with 2 of the biggest races of the day coming. The Ladbrokes Trophy Chase at Newbury at 3 p.m, followed by the Betfair Fighting Firth Hurdle from Newcastle at 3:15. If you fancy the Darts, the Players' Championship is live from Minehead right now on ITV4. There are some big matches this afternoon, including Peter Wright against Adrian Lewis and Michael van Gerwen against Raymond van Barneveld. And don't forget, England's next qualifier is on Tuesday against Latvia, live from the Keepmoat Stadium in Doncaster at 6:15 p.m. on ITV4. So it wasn't the big goal-scoring game that England would have hoped for, but they got the 3 points and a clean sheet. We'll see you on Tuesday. Thanks for watching.